Hello, I am finally getting around to finishing this painting. I don't have a whole lot more to do. I did kind of want to add just a few little highlights to the foot here. I actually was thinking I would kind of go up and show those highlights that you kind of have on your foot from your bones in there. So I just kind of wanted to lighten this up a little bit here. Last week I started school, so that was really exciting. I've kind of had a rough time lately. I kind of feel like collectively we all have, though, so hopefully you're having a better time out here than most. But if not, maybe you should grab a paintbrush. I truly feel like no matter how good you are or how bad you are at painting, it can be such a joy to paint. Even if you don't really like what you draw, I think everybody kind of gets something from painting. But this is just about done. I honestly am just going to go over the black, I think, again and call it good. But I hope you like it. I'm excited. It's going to go in my family room or TV room. I really was looking for something to kind of fill that space and decided that I would definitely like some old movie stuff in there of movies that I enjoy. This is falling all over the place. I wanted to clean it up a little bit, and then I'm probably ready to hang it up. This is going to go in my family room. I have my TV in there, and so I was trying to think of what I would want to put in there, and decided on doing some things for old movies that I enjoy. So started on this and then got busy. I started school last week, decided to go back to school, and I'm really excited to learn more. And I also kind of collectively felt like everybody was kind of feeling a little off in the last little bit. So I've kind of been dealing with that as well. Hopefully you weren't. Hopefully life is going perfectly for you. But for the rest of us, I strongly suggest painting, even if you feel like you can't or you're not good at it. I think that it really does help me to regulate myself and feel better. So I strongly suggest it. And what you could do is find something that you want to paint, or even just paint for no reason. Like I, sometimes when I'm really having a bad time and I can't think of anything to paint, I will just do something random and come up with some new fun design or something. And I personally don't know if I could live without having some project that I'm working on. And I do really feel like I struggle when I don't. I don't know if you guys are the same way, But I think even if I didn't feel like I could paint, I would probably still paint. But I think the more you do paint, the better you feel like you are. It's one of those things where I don't know if it's necessarily a gift, but I think that the strong need or want to paint definitely helps, because if all you want to do is paint, you're going to paint and get better and better. So I strongly advise, if you really want to be a painter, same with gardening or anything though, if you really love it, I think you get better as you progressively do it. So grab some paintbrushes and some cheap paint. I mean, this is just acrylic paint that I'm using right here. I'm not even really doing anything expensive or using any expensive paints right now for this. I'm just using some stuff I had, which I think, you can buy acrylic paint at the craft store for, 99 cents or something now. So I don't think you really need expensive stuff all the time. Especially when you're first learning. Although I do say that like having a better brush or something might be worth it, because quality does make a difference. And I've had paintbrushes before that kind of just fall apart as you're working with them, and that's really frustrating, because you could be really happy with what you've done and it's completely ruined because it's got all these little pieces of hair or something in it. But when I first started, I would do stuff like this where I'd find a picture or something that I really liked and make it for myself. And sometimes they worked out, sometimes they didn't. The cool thing about acrylic too is, say that I really didn't like this, I could always paint over it again. So I've done that on paintings before too, where I'm like, I don't really like this painting. And then I go and I redo it, over it, something else. But I think that having some kind of outlet is really important for your mental health. If you don't have an outlet, I strongly suggest looking into like what you may want to do. Because I do think that even when the world's falling apart, having something like this where you're kind of being crafty or whatever, you can kind of turn your brain off from everything else that's going on around you. And focus on this. Kind of makes you have to be in the now when you're painting. But anyway, I'm just kind of cleaning it up. And then I'm thinking I'm done. I actually really like how the shading worked out on the feet and stuff. So I was going to come back and do some more shading, but I really think that it looks pretty good. So this is my piece. I hope you enjoyed watching me paint. I am going to start working on my book and trying to get that recorded. So just bear with me. I'll try and add, I'm hoping to do at least one video a week this year. That's kind of my goal. Sometimes I'm sure I'll make it, and sometimes I don't know if I will. So, but if you like this, if you like watching me paint, definitely like, follow, and share. And thanks for joining.